Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Good faces, everyone. That was nice. Right before we came back from break, there was a lot of giggling and chaos. So, way to be pros, team. Good work. All right. So, the dungeon awaits. Where should we start? It's turn one again, and over on yon turn tracker here, we need a light source. So what's the light source situation looking like for team not captured by kobolds?
I didn't bring that stuff with me.
Yeah, it's tough having your wizard captured, hey?
I have two candles left,
Perfect. So you got
and
eight.
a candle 3 is lit, and
Okay.
we're using it.
All right. So turn one, we got a candle. You basically have 8 turns of light before you have no light of your own. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
We got this.
Okay, so you've lit the candle, and you're lighting space for both you and for Harga.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Harga's in dim light, and so you are. Yeah, you're in a cluttered room. There are 2 exits from this room. There's a staircase on the north, or like a natural ladder. Like, you can climb it easily enough. It's not steep. You don't need to make a test or anything. On the north side of the room. And on the south side, there it leads back into the sort of forest tunnel of...
Natural cave formations.
yeah, of stalactites and
And
stalagmites.
stalagmites.
Yeah.
We gotta loot this room, for real. Get all the good stuff.
Yeah, so it would be a scout test if you want to spend a turn like looking through all the trash for valuables. Now the initial instinct test is done, but you could take a turn to do this if you want.
I mean, this is what we came here to get loot. So,
I thought we just came here to hang out in some caves, but yeah, I guess
you
loot.
should scout, and I will help you.
Gonna scout. Gonna
Okay,
scout.
so you're
Can
gonna
I
take-
scout the room again?
Take this turn? Yeah, absolutely. You can scout it
Okay.
again. So you take this turn to scout, and that'll be turn one of the old grind there. So
Oh, right,
again,
I
same
get
thing.
actually,
Ob 4 because it's so cluttered.
But I do actually get to roll all 3 of my.
Yeah, you have your
scout.
3 dice, and Merowyn's gonna help you.
Okay, so I'm rolling 4 on 4.
Right now you are. Yep. Unless you have anything else you'd like to use.
I can't use wises for myself. I can only use wises for other people.
You can use a wise to spend you can spend a fate point to use a wise to reroll a failed die if it's an appropriate wise for how you've described
Okay.
your character moving around in the world.
And I could use, so the only thing I have left in terms of like reward pointy things is 1 persona.
Yeah.
So I could potentially use that to tap my nature again. Is that true?
Correct. Yep.
And this is more delving. So this seems like within my nature.
I would argue this is delving. You're delving into the trash piles of this room looking for valuables.
I mean, I just want to succeed at something sometimes. So I kind of
Yeah, word. And looking for loot is a great thing because if you go back to town, right now you only have 4. You have 4 dice among the 3 of you
Yeah.
to try to like cover everybody.
And this seems like a good room for this. So I'm going to spend my other persona point
This room is literally called the Treasury. So
do my nature, which is currently 4 because I taxed it previously.
correct. Now you won't tax it on this one, so that's good. That's a good choice.
I am frozen
Oh, yes, you are.
in a moment.
There we go.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're good. You're frozen only for a moment and in a very attractive pose, so it's okay.
Great.
It's always
So-
the fear when I freeze up. I'm like, oh god, what terrifying face I'm making. You're making just kind of a stoic, like, this is dumb, I'm frozen face. It's good.
That was my feeling that I was having. So it's my nature is currently 4 because I taxed it previously.
Yeah.
So I'm spending that 1 persona to add 4 nature.
Another 4, yeah. So you got 8,
So
8 dice
4,
against Ob
so I'm
4.
rolling 8. Okay, great.
Yeah.
8 against Ob 4.
Survey says... Whoa, look at all those 6s. Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you wrecked that roll. Just crushed into
It's
the earth.
because I made the room actually easier to survey because I reorganized it.
Right. You and your best friend Gravity reorganized the room.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God. I just got to mark a successful scout test. 2 more and I level up.
Congratulations. All right, let me tell you what you find. So, the desk itself that was dragged down here is worth 3 cash dice if you can get it out of the dungeon. It's heavy as fuck, but it's
And I
nice.
put it in my backpack.
No, it's a huge wooden desk. You'd have to like carry it out room by room.
It's a 2-hand item.
Also,
It's like a 4-hand
Adam,
item. Yes.
I'm going to be the person who remembers rules that aren't to our benefit,
Okay.
as is my way.
Yeah.
I believe you told us previously that we find stuff, but you don't tell us what it's worth until we try to fence it.
That's only loot tables.
Okay, cool.
This stuff I can tell you right away. Yeah.
Great.
If I roll in the loot table.
Cool. Just wanted to clarify that.
Also, so in the
And so the desk was 3 dice.
in the desk itself, yeah, but you got to get it out. That'll require some work. So you pop open one of the drawers of the desk and you find a brass key. Looks important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you what it's for, but it's a key. You find an important looking
Right.
key.
It's in my backpack.
Okay.
The brass key.
It's small
I
enough.
think you should put it somewhere more.
Yeah,
secure.
decide where it is, but it doesn't take up a slot. The key. It's just small.
Yeah, you should like put it around your neck or
Yeah, I
something.
tie it to a string around my neck.
Okay, sure.
That way it can choke me later and I'll
Yeah, you
die.
can hang out with the garlic.
Well, but at least it won't fall out of your backpack.
So also, while you're searching the room for valuables, you find a wooden mask. So the mask looks familiar enough, I think, that you recognize, who it's supposed to portray. It is a wooden mask portraying the Lord of Terror, a demon lord. I know. So Dave, you were either muted or quiet. I know exactly what those syllables that just came out of your mouth were. A big curly horn. Anyway, it's a wooden mask portraying the Lord of Terror. It's meant to be hung over the lintel of a building to drive away a particular bad spirits or something. This one in particular is a vermin ward. So wearing it in your head slot, or I guess that's how you do it. You wear it in your head slot, and it'll grant you additional disposition.
Absolutely wearing this.
It'll grant you additional disposition in tests against vermin. So drive off tests for vermin, giant rats, for example. Yeah, it's a vermin.
Oh, I'm wearing it.
Okay, so you just put on the vermin ward. So now you're a little halfling with a scary demon mask.
I can ward off vampires with my garlic and rats with my thing. Well, so I got a vendetta against vermin, right? Because they're eating my food and shit.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
I got the mask now.
There you go. You got a magic item, and you have a giant ass chest that might be possible to get out of the room.
A desk, I believe.
Yeah, desk. That's right. It's a desk. It's got little legs and drawers and stuff. It's real nice though.
Is there anything else?
No. I mean the key, but.
Yeah, we have the key.
Cool. Okay. So, meanwhile, while that's happening, do you have an action you would like to take, Upagast? The kobolds are beginning to gather for the magic show.
Yes.
You hear them talking. There's another kobold, and I'll just tell you her name, so that I can refer to her properly. Or no, there's another kobold. It's a he. His name is Sawback. He's one of the bigger, one of the breeding kobolds, the male kobolds. He comes in with a couple of the other kobolds, males, that seem to listen to him when he talks, and the conversation that he and Blue Tongue have are almost kind of on the level. You can sense a little bit of a rivalry there, but she treats him a little bit more with respect rather than just ordering him around. But by the end of it, there's a dozen kobolds that have gathered in this room around Blue Tongue's throne. And what are you gonna do?
First, I would like to try and persuade them that I need my bag for my tricks. So
Okay.
is like my stuff in here? Because this is like the main room.
No, it's not in this room.
I don't know how can convey it then without pointing. That was
Yeah.
going to be my plan.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
not
you
gonna use
can.
the ancient art of mime.
Yeah. You get your arms shackled to a chair, but I think that to do the tricks, they like unshackle you so that you can use your arms because they know that's a big part of your magic.
Yep.
But you are being guarded, like they have spears pointed at you, and they're watching out. So do you you want to try to like convey to them? You want to persuade them that you need your stuff?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it'll be a persuade test. We'll just say ob2 because that follows logic. And they don't see you
Okay.
as a threat.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be able to leverage enough to be able to do this. Because it will go up to ob3 because I'm exhausted. And then you have to do in persuade. I've run out of persona.
Okay.
I might as well throw it, really.
Yeah.
But which thing to throw it with? Wizard Sight doesn't make very much sense. Maybe Jaded again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you just untick my Jaded?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't have the thing. Yeah.
Now you can take it again. I just didn't want you to have two by accident.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm Jaded again. I'm like not sure. I'm not convinced that this is going to work. So
Right. You're undermining your own confidence by just being like, "Bring me my bag, stupid kobolds," or don't. Whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll just fail a 1d3, 1 versus 3.
Okay.
But in doing so,
There you go.
I totally level up Persuade.
Yeah, you're getting better at persuading. You know what not to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that maybe your jadedness, like one of the kobolds rushes off to go like to another room to grab your bag. And while you're waiting, like you're standing there like rubbing your wrists and looking around, and you have the realization that like jaded or no, you like this is a lot of kobolds and they might do really bad things to you if this doesn't go well. And I think the fear starts to set in. I think you're a little afraid.
Yeah.
Totally. One of the male kobolds comes back, dragging your bag, and then dumps it on the floor in front of you. Some of your stuff spills out, and they all look at you like, "All right, magic man, all right."
Okay. Well.
So let's give your companions a chance to take a turn. So the two of you, now that you've looted this room, where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Towards
that's
the
looting.
screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our looting this room, we discovered that the desk is valuable. Then there's the question of, do we want to drag a desk around with us?
Yeah, that's a good.
Not right now.
Not presently.
Yeah, it seems like a not. I'm like, I think I spend a bunch of time looking at it and like looking at the door and then I'm like, it won't work really right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm definitely with the let's go back to where that screaming was plan.
Okay.
It's such a good plan.
Now, unfortunately, because you don't have a cartographer, you just got to work your way there. So from here, there are two ways out: back to the hallway full of stalactites, or up the ladder to the north.
Do you want to go back the way we came? Or try a new way and hope it goes there?
I mean, you were all about forging ahead.
I'm all about going down farther into the earth, following stone passageways. This is a wooden ladder and it goes up.
Oh no, it's not wood; it's stone.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a ladder.
It's a ladder in
Okay.
the sense that it's like a more vertical incline,
Okay,
but
cool.
easy to climb because there's lots of like
Okay.
sticky outy parts.
Well, then I'm
it's
less
nature's
suspicious.
ladder.
Yeah. See, that's okay. If it was made of wood, I would be like, nope, not doing it. That will break. Okay. Well, then actually, I'm kind of cool either way.
Okay.
I think we flip a coin.
Yeah, you know, flip a coin.
Or at least I like pop out and like, well, a little lucky coin.
Nice.
Tell us which way to go.
All right, roll a d2. one you go north, 2 you go back.
Sure.
Okay. All right, you're going back the way you came.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So, following the light of the candle, you go back into the long hallway that that extends kind of like northeast, southwest. You came from the southwest, so you want to continue that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do the
So
sedgy parts.
yep. So you work your way through the forest, back up the this is
And
where
go
the
up some
limestone
stairs?
is. Yeah. You go up the stairs out of the limestone. There's a hole in front of you. There's a hole
We
in the
don't
ground.
go in.
Okay. So there's 2 ways you can go from here. You can go left, back into the cellar, or you can go right into a room you've never been in before.
I think right, because that's where some kobolds came out of.
Well, I went into the kobold room
Well, yeah,
to
that's
try
right.
to sneak
went
into it.
and it was where kobold like guards were like hanging out in this room to your right. It was a little guard room.
So let's go towards Kobold Town.
Okay.
Yeah, I can find those ones who ran away and beat them up to death.
Okay. So you start heading that way. You got your candle, held high as far as a halfling holding a candle can go. And I'm going to give you a chance here, Hilary. Your character has an instinct to scout, right? As you move into a new room you've never been into. Would you like to use that instinct now?
Yep.
Okay, do it. It is an OB3 scout test.
That's fine. I'm rolling 3.
There's no opportunity for me to help, right?
No, because it's
Nope,
an instinct.
it's an instinct.
Not even with Wises?
Nope. Yeah, instinctive tests are good in one way, but you got to do them alone.
Yeah. Well, you're on your own, pal.
Oof, 1. Okay. All right, so I'm going to introduce...
Threes are not
I'm going to
successes.
introduce a twist. So in the other room, and this twist might work out okay for you. In the other room, where the magic show is about to begin, you feel your hands trembling a little up aghast, and then there's a sudden like rattling of like bones and metal like together as Harga, a room away, triggers a tripwire covered in again these bones and bits of metal, and they all clang together in this like sudden noise, and all the kobolds in the room suddenly like jump up. And Blue Tongue starts to shout commands at the kobolds and is like pointing at this exit from the room. And then the 2 of you on the other side, you hear kobolds like shouting in the other room. You suddenly realize like you're quite close to each other. There's maybe like one room that separates you. What do y'all want to do? What do you do in response to the like sudden like shouting?
I am
Up against, they definitely look like they're gonna try to like shackle you again. Like some of the male kobolds are gonna like try and jump on you and drag you back to the prison because something has gone wrong and they can't have you.
I'm going
wandering
to
around.
take the opportunity to grab my spellbook and cast Wisdom of the Sages from my book and
Okay.
use it up.
And did you memorize that last time you camped?
No, but my traveling spellbook starts with all of the spells I know written in it that I can cast like scrolls.
Well, all right. Look at you. Okay, perfect.
I've been furiously reading the rules.
That's awesome. Now, does it take an action to cast a spell? I know it doesn't in a conflict.
No.
Okay. Well, all right.
If it's minor conflict.
God, magic is so fast. Okay. So you scoop up your spell book, snap it open, and cast the spell. Do you need to roll to cast it?
Wisdom of the Sages. Nope.
Okay.
Not to cast. I need to do things with.
Okay. All right. So you cast your spell. Doesn't take an action. What is it? It allows you to. Just read
It allows me
description
to
for
read, speak, or comprehend a foreign or alien tongue. So I can
Nice.
speak kobold now.
Okay, so the kobold barking and like sounds and the growling and whatever slowly, like as you incant the spell, stop being like yipping and noises and become like words. And you Blue Tongue. She's like, there's the intruders. I told you they were still in the caverns. Go get your weapons! And she's like shouting at some of the male kobolds, like, go and kill them! Like you should have the first time.
So I'm like, please wait. They can help with the tricks. And I'm suddenly speaking in kobold for a time.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you want to use a test to try to manipulate Blue Tongue here? Because that's a straight up lie. So.
Yes. Beginners. How does beginners luck work again?
You can use your nature and just risk it like you normally would, or you can, if you want to learn the skill, it's your will plus all the other like things that you might be doing, cut in half, and it's going to be an opposed test with Blue Tongue.
Yeah, I am straight up lying on. I can't even swing it that I'm going to be.
This is a manipulator test for sure.
Okay, I better check actually. I don't think I picked that up, but I might have. No, I don't. Yeah, I'll try and manipulate them though. And I'll try and I guess learn the skill because my will is 6. So
wow, yeah, so willful.
Dang.
I'm a wizard. That's what I do.
That is your thing. Okay, manipulator wizard. So you're gonna roll. You're gonna roll 3 dice, and I am going to roll the same. So just roll against Ob 1. Do you have any traits you want to call on, or anything like that? Do you have any unused positive traits?
I do, yeah. I've only used Loner positively, so I still have Wizard Sight and Jaded for positives. Can I Wizard Sight it?
I mean, you did
Yeah, I can totally be like, they're through there. They're not going to attack you. They're just here to find me to help.
Yeah, and you're using the fact that you can suddenly speak kobold when you couldn't before. Like, you've gone from being a conjurer of cheap tricks to actually Gandalf. So, yeah, your wizard sight is totally appropriate. Okay. So the number to beat here is 2, looks like.
Okay, and I'm rolling 4 against 2.
Okay, so it's a tie. So in case of ties in this game, let me take a look.
Do you know what? I'm going to re-roll that 6. I've got a fate point.
Oh, you got fate? Okay, yeah, re-roll that 6 and get another. See if you can get another success. Worst case scenario, it's still a tie. I'll look up the rules.
Done it.
You got it. Okay, cool. All right. So she shouts after the kobolds that are like running out into the other room. She shouts, "Bring them back alive! They're very important for the magic show."
Oh God.
Yeah,
I wish
like
I could understand kobold.
Yeah.
When
like
I say as well, like they're important for the tricks. I like shout it, so hopefully they can hear from the next room.
Okay, you hear a very deep-voiced kobold going, like, barking and snarling in kobold.
Oh, yeah, of course, I said it in kobold.
Because you said it in kobold, right? So yeah, somewhere, okay, I guess this is the thing, Harga and Merwin, somewhere across the hall, like another room, there's a very deep-voiced kobold.
That doesn't sound good. It's probably really big.
And then, for you, yeah, these, like, all these kobolds, like, come rushing out, trying to, they're gonna try to, basically, they're chasing you. So you can either run away, or you can fight them, or something, but they want to capture you.
Well, I believe Harga has a goal that is pertinent here.
Harga, what was your goal?
Well, you see, I have this grudge, and it's against the kobolds who escaped from me. I'm gonna find and kill them.
Excellent. You're pretty sure some of these are those kobolds.
Well, I found them.
Yeah, let's kill them.
All right. So we want to kill conflict with these kobolds?
Oh yeah, I'm interested in their deaths.
Okay. All right.
I like
guess
that
I'm
I
helping.
previously was like, no, I just want to drive them off, and then I was like, why would you run away from me?
Yeah. We gave you a chance to flee forever, fools. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
No, I'm here for a blood debt. That's what I'm here for.
Harga, you are the leader of this conflict.
Yep.
Let me let me take a look at. I'm gonna jump over to the same layer as y'all, so I can write down and we can pass out cards and stuff.
As the combat begins in the other room,
Uh-huh.
do I still have my hands free to use my instinct?
What is your instinct? Oh, you have an instinct to cast that spell, but you don't. Do you have it memorized? Oh, but you still have your spell book. Now, when you cast a spell from a scroll, doesn't it like get rid of it from the?
It disappears it from my spell book. I'll have to rescribe them, but desperate times.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you want to use your instinct to embolden your friends? Yeah, I'll
Embolden my
allow it.
friends.
You can do that before combat. You have an instinct.
Yep.
Oh, and is
Increase your
Dave-
might by 1.
Is Dave participating in this conflict?
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he's
I don't
magically
think I can.
cheerleading.
Great.
Like,
That's
Dave,
fine.
if you want to participate, you can run into the room, but that would also mean that one of the 3 actions has to go to the wizard, and he doesn't have his arcane bolts or anything. So
No.
okay,
Yeah.
so just-
I mean, again, I could cast that from my spell book.
yeah. Then you have no spells, just ablating your spell book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, Dave. I think we got this. I think we got this.
especially with the
I'll
might
just
improvement.
magically cheerlead. Like, having that extra might is going to be super helpful anyway, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
so there's 8 kobolds, but my roll will determine how many of them are actually participating for like help and stuff. So I'll roll for them. For a kill conflict, we just roll their nature and add it all up. So nature plus 7, so I'm rolling 9 dice. And this is going to be my total dispo for this roll. Okay, I got 5 successes. Okay, so 5 kobolds are going to be able to participate in this fight with all y'all. If they win, they want to capture you.
Yeah.
And if you win, you want to kill them all, right? That's the plan? Murder them?
Yep. Murder. Murder is the plan. Mass murder. Kobold murder.
Okay, so I assume Harga, you're the leader.
I assume so too.
Okay, so you're gonna roll your fighter and add your successes to your health.
Fighter. So roll that.
Yeah, and that might bonus is gonna be awesome because they're might 2 and you become might 3, and then if you drive them down a certain number.
Well,
Okay.
at least I didn't succeed at that.
Okay.
We become might 4, Adam.
Yeah, you become might 4. That's right.
So we're getting 2 extra successes.
Yeah, not on this, but on everything that you do in the.
Yeah.
So what's
And
what's your health? 5.
My health is 5.
Okay, so it starts tied. So Harga, you have 3 hit points, and Merwin, you have 2, right? So okay, perfect. Okay, so let
I
me
knew that we are classed as not kobolds.
yeah, let me grab my actions for the turn, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Oh, and we're gonna use sword for attack
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
because we have to declare that in advance, right?
That's right. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I've got my kobold actions sorted out. Go ahead and discuss your combat situation, my friends.
All right, what are we thinking here?
I think you guys
Kill,
should win.
kill.
I think you should win. Win really hard.
I mean, that's kind of that is the overarching goal. Yes.
Okay, so what do we think they're going to do? They're going to like attack us?
I should go twice, and you should go once.
Yeah, I think you just attack on both your actions.
I think probably. I mean, we know that they're trying to capture us. I just feel like I know I should be more strategic about it, but mostly it's just like sword, 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 attack, attack, attack. I
All
don't
right,
have shield. I don't have other like useful defensive things.
I'm going to maneuver in the second round.
Okay,
My card is at a jaunty tilt.
great.
Ooh, so jealous.
See, I'm adding realism.
Yeah,
As if we were using actual cards.
it's so skeuomorphic.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's where the cards are. Okay. So yeah, I will. My cards are perfectly straight, just like they would be in real life.
Yeah, mine would be too. This is role playing. I'm role playing as someone who would dare put their cards on the table, not perfectly aligned
Come on,
with each other and all the other cards.
If you're role-playing kobolds, like half of them have got bite marks.
Yeah, one
the
of them's
other
on
one-
fire.
And the kobolds try to cheat.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see what happens in the first action. So the kobolds come rushing towards you, ready to try to capture you, and we flip them over. All right, so they're gonna feint.
Yeah.
And you're gonna attack, so they don't get to do shit. You just get to attack them.
They're expecting the fight to work out very differently, and we're just like, char.
Yeah, totally. They're like, they think they're gonna scare you, and they're gonna like use that to their advantage, but instead they just come rushing right into your attack.
My sword.
Yeah, like just swiping, because they fought you before, and you didn't even try to kill them. You try to scare them away, so they don't expect that much aggression.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an independent test. You just go ahead and roll against Op 0.
And what do I roll again? I don't remember.
You roll fighter.
Okay, great. So
And
I
if
have a fighter
Merowyn has
too.
fighter or hunter or whatever, they can help you. So
I will help with Hunter.
and you get 2 automatic successes. This fight might be over in the first exchange.
Okay,
Yeah, and
because
one
I'm
for the
rolling
sword.
fighter, and I'm adding 1 for the sword, and then I'm adding another 1 for help. So I'm rolling 5, and I'm getting 2 automatic successes.
2 automatic
on-
successes if you get 1 success. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope I get at least 1.
You can do it.
Kill,
3 of them.
destroy.
You should win.
I'm rolling 5.
Yeah, you feel like invigorated by magic. You feel like enormous and powerful.
Oh my
got
God.
at least 1.
All right, so
Immediately crushed.
Harga kills all 5
7.
kobolds by herself in one action. What does it look like?
Wow.
Yeah, they are running in from the other room, right? And we all heard that thing be triggered.
Yeah, you hear the
So, yeah.
arcane tones.
It's one of those things. It's like I trip this like the tripwire trap or whatever, or the alarm, and instead of being like a panicked reaction, my reaction is like, good, bring them to me.
Hulk Hogan and just fucking run in there.
Yeah, and so I just like pull out my sword, and they're like not expecting me to be ready to fight them when they come in. And so, yeah, instead of like trying to drive them off, whatever, I just like, as they come in, I just fucking like through the guts, 1 up through the head, chop somebody else's head off. I'm just like, bam, bam. As they come in, I just like, it's like a meat grinder. But me and my
Lovely.
Nice.
That dead kobold token.
It sure is.
Yep. It's like that, but with more blood.
Okay.
I
So
do some murders, is what I do.
yeah, you definitely do murders. It's
Yeah.
true. I saw you do it. Cool. Okay, all the kobolds are slewn. Well, these ones anyway.
That's a good start.
And the rest of them, you get what you wanted. So you kill the kobolds that were involved. These 5 kobolds are killed. Nothing happens to you. The rest of the kobolds start to panic, I think, and run back to shore up their defenses in the other room. So that was a turn. So y'all are hungry and thirsty. And you've got some momentum. However, the candle goes out. So it's dark now.
I light another candle.
Okay.
I have
So-
1 backup candle left.
So it's turn 5. I think that the first thing that you need to deal with is they start to fall back, and Upagast, Blue Tongue, goes to grab you by the wrist, and she's like, "Come on, slave, you're gonna perform this show in private," and starts pulling you away from the room.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, do I manage to what's my manacle situation?
Your hands are free. She's really strong, though. She's pulling you towards the north. There's 3 exits from this large room. There's the one where the hubbub was just at, where there's a dwarf coming, barreling into the room. There's one on the opposite side of the room, and there's one behind you that she's dragging you towards.
So, when would I have regenerated my spells? Because
when you have to make camp with a with your spell book in your hands, in your presence.
So I have no spells currently memorized because I cast my Eldritch Darts.
Yep.
All I have left in my spell book is
Eldritch Darts.
Darts.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is human nature to do in this situation?
Is it run away?
It's run away.
Okay.
Grab my spell book and try and make a break for you guys.
No. Okay, so you're gonna try to yank free and run. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So she's holding you. It's gonna be an opposed health test for her to try to hang on to you.
Oh, is it going to be a health test?
Yeah, because you're using brute strength because you got to get free, and then the running away would happen once you were free. So she's only got. I mean, she's a little kobold. You're a old wizard. What's your health? 2? Okay, so she's got 3 dice. You got 2. Do you have a trait that you can? You have a trait you can call on here? Or?
I'm jaded.
No, that would be like, no, I don't care. Fine, let's go do this thing.
I mean,
yeah, I don't feel like you do.
No, I can't even combustible wise because nothing's on fire.
Yeah, that's right. So it looks like it's a straight roll. All right. So
yeah, I think I'll. If it's an opposed test, I'll screw it up for myself and mark 2 checks.
Okay. All right. So she's got 3 successes. So perfect for you to throw the thing anyway.
Yeah,
so what trait are you using to throw it for yourself?
I think I'm using loner. I think I don't even think. Like I try and get away, but I'm like, God, are they even going to be able to do anything?
Right.
I've got this far on my own,
and they're ruining your plan.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, yeah, just roll the die. You got 1 die.
Plus 2d to opponent's versus.
Okay, so she gets another 2. Okay, so you roll your normal 2. She gets another. Let's see. Another 2. She's got 5 successes. All right, do it.
One success.
All right, mark a failed health test.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're like pulling away from her, and I think that you manage to like you tear your sleeve and like get away from her. But you're angry now. You're afraid. You're angry. Like this whole situation, your friends tried to help you, but they like screwed up your whole magic show escape plan. You get free from the kobold. You see your opportunity to like get away. The other characters, I want to know what you two do after Harga like just wrecks face. What are you guys gonna do now that that's happened?
Stand and drool.
Harga, how about you? Do you want to carry on your momentum, or? I think you're muted.
Hilary muted.
Momentum.
There were some kobolds still alive, correct?
Yes, they're scattering. They're fleeing from you. The ones that didn't get into the fight, the back ranks.
And it's possible that some of those are the ones that previously escaped me.
Yeah. There's kobolds all around. You can't tell one from the other.
I should just kill all of them then, I guess.
To be sure that you have a grudge on, yeah. Kill all.
Yeah. I really want to make sure that I get the ones who escaped me previously, and now these ones have escaped me. It's just like it's a bad cycle.
Yeah.
It's a downward spiral of kobold assassination.
Okay, so you want to charge into the room and start another conflict with the...
Yep.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So this time, all 3 of you are present in the room as, Harga charges in, and you find yourself, kobold, at the mercy of kobolds.
More like they're at my mercy.
So that definitely is a thing that happened. We'll start up another conflict.
Yay.
So I would just like to.
30.
Let's see here. Get this sorted out.
Interesting.
I know what you're giggling about. I'm just gonna put it in the Roll20 right now so we can all
That's
see.
amazing.
Leavington followed through on the fan art front. It's beautiful. Truly.
It really is quite something.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. And that's how I imagine your character looks forever now.
I mean, did you bring a change of clothes?
So you see your wizard friend. You also see the biggest kobold that you've seen so far, and a bunch of other kobolds scattered around. And Blue Tongue turns to you, like scourge in hand, and screams at the top of her little kobold lungs, like, "The intruders! Get them!" And all you hear is just like Chihuahua, like barking. But you understand, Upagast. You hear her anger.
Yeah, I think I shout. I think I shout as well. I was like, now that I'm angry, I'm like, you've ripped my favorite robes. You wouldn't give me the food, and now you will face the terrible power of a wizard.
Could I just say that I don't actually imagine them like redressing you in other clothes. I imagine they took your cloak and this is what you were wearing underneath. Like, I don't think they had an outfit they put you into. I think they took some of your layers and this is what you were already wearing. Like,
hey man, whatever makes you feel sexy.
Standard wizard undergarment.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a normal
you have to
wizard.
channel the arcane flow.
Okay, so
I think I'm so angry I cast my last use of Eldritch Bolts because it is an anger-fueled spell.
oh yeah, for real. Yeah, you're angry now. So I would say there's a dozen kobolds in the room, plus their leader, Blue Tongue the Tormentor, and they're all gonna try and fight you. They just like rush at you. So you're being swarmed by kobolds. It sounds like everyone's gonna be part of this fight. Merowyn, unless you don't want to, you could just be like.
No, I'll help.
Are you gonna help? Okay. All right. So, Harga, can I get you to roll your fighter test?
Yep.
Also, so there was something in chat about fighters. You need to like drop your backpack first, or a full backpack. You don't even have a full backpack. So it's
I don't have a full backpack.
okay. So
I have a backpack with.
If your backpack is full, I think it reduces or it causes like an extra.
I have a backpack with a large sack in it.
Perfect. It's
Which
basically
is also
empty.
empty.
Then.
And a dinted helmet. That's
Okay.
the entirety of
It's
what's in my
rattling
backpack.
around
It
in
is less than half full.
Okay, perfect. So roll your fighter. You get 2 extra dice. One for help from the Arcanist, and because you cast the arcane bolts. Okay.
Yep.
So you get 2 extra dice, and then add your successes to your health.
Are we still inspired and emboldened?
No, it lasts for one
That's
conflict.
for one conflict, right? Also, is Hilary's bag less than half full or almost empty?
It's technically exactly half full,
No,
isn't it?
it's less than half.
Oh, then it's less than half full. So almost
It
empty.
has it has 2 slots filled.
Yeah, 2 of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's full of semantics. Okay. So the dispo for the kobolds, they want to murder
Well,
you.
2 of 6 actually. 2 of 1, 2.
So it's a third of 4.
Yeah.
Okay, kobold disposition is 9.
Oh God.
Oh, damn it.
And they want to murder. They want to
And
murder your
ours
shit.
is fighter plus 2 and then 2. Okay.
Are we carrying the morale swing from the previous engagement?
We'll find out.
So, wait, was I supposed to roll like fighter plus stuff? That's what you'd say. Right?
You roll your
'Cause
fighter.
People were helping me.
Roll your fighter plus 2 extra dice. One for
Okay,
each
so that's what
helper.
I did. So we're at 7.
Okay, that's not bad. All right, so I got
Yeah,
9.
because I only got 2 successes out of that.
So the fight begins, and 3 of the 12 kobolds flee in terror, but the other 9 that remain, Blue Tongue and her 8 bravest warriors, they stay to do bloody battle with you.
I like that we've been upgraded to heroic PCs at least.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me fix that for you. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So
You and your scare quotes, whatever.
So you have 9 disposition. That means each of you has 3 hit points.
We have 7 disposition, Adam.
Oh, that's right. You only have 7. So two apiece and 1 for Harga.
Harga has 3.
Yeah.
We each have 2.
And the kobolds all have 1 apiece. And you are might 2, and they are might, or you're might 3, they're might 2. So you have your 1 might over them. And then if you can get them down to below 5 kobolds, they'll drop to might 1. They want to murder you. You want to murder them. This is just a no holds barred murder fest.
Straight up murders.
Okay, so let me pick my three actions here, and then we'll do it up.
Which weapons are they using, Adam?
They have spears, I believe.
Okay.
So they ignore leather armor then with their spears.
Yeah, that is correct.
I just want to do murders.
Oh, you'll get to.
So they ignore leather, and what else? Do spears give a bonus to?
I feel like they have a thing that they give bonus to.
Yeah, let me take a quick look. There's kobolds. My handouts. Gear.
Spear
and
is
weapon.
+1 die to maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And then also +1 to defend in narrow corridors.
Which this is not. You're in a large room. Okay. All right. All right. I think I'm set up here. So these kobolds are mostly female kobolds, which is why they have weapons and not just like bombs for blowing themselves up. They're stronger than regular kobolds and they're smarter. So I'm going to be scripting them accordingly. Go ahead. I am done.
All right.
Sword is on attack, I assume.
Yeah. I didn't bother changing it because since I didn't say any different, we should just assume it's.
I assume it's attack unless you tell me, because that seems to be kind of the way it goes.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be fair to change it because we would have had to announce it before the fight. So as much as I want to just like attack constantly, these are lady kobolds, which means they might do something smart. So maybe we have to try to be smart.
So if we attack, what are the bad things that can happen? What do they do that is the best against attacking?
Defending.
Well, I could also attack at the same time as you, and because I'm rolling,
Both
I roll
kill
3 dice for whoever's action it is. Like one of these 3 is Blue Tongue. On her action, I roll 3 dice plus however many surviving kobolds are helping. So I'm potentially rolling 11 dice.
Yeah.
And then for the regular ones, just 2. The thing is, they're numbers. Like this is one of these fights that you'll either get murdered in the first round, or it'll get easier and easier as we go.
Okay. I've got a thing on my Eldritch Darts that I don't really understand because I don't know the system super well. So if I read that out and you tell me how that is applicable to things.
Oh, also keep in mind that the room has, let me check my map. I think it has dim light. So only one of you has proper lighting. It's a dimly lit room. So yeah, only the halfling has proper lighting. So there's a +1 ob to anything anyone but him does.
Is that for the kobolds as well?
No, the kobolds don't need light to see. They're cheaters. Okay. They're big cheaters.
So, with my darts, I have unerring, which says against any weapon except bow, crossbow, or sling. So not that.
Yeah.
Your attack counts as versus an opponent's attack and is independent against maneuver.
Correct. So normally, an attack versus an attack is independent, which means we rush at each other with, say you both have swords, we rush at each other with swords and we just batter on each other, and we're not trying to defend, nothing happens. I get 5 successes, you get 5 successes, we both lose 5 hit points.
Right.
In a versus test, what you're doing with your missiles is you're throwing them such that they're keeping people driven back. So you're dealing damage it's only whoever gets the most. So it reduces the impact of both of your attacks. So you're kind of like throwing missiles at them as they charge you and kind of keeping them at a distance.
Upagast in the first round attacking would be pretty favorable.
I feel like that too.
Because it essentially works as a defend and counts as an attack if they choose to
do well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I should
the
maneuver
inverse
in
the inverse of that is true too. Where if Uppercast gets put up against a maneuver, it's whatever Uppercast is doing is if Uppercast attacks, it's independent. So
which
kind of
in this case is actually better for us because it means that they'll have less kobolds to follow through on the maneuver.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like kamikazeing sort of thing, just like going full in.
Your old man beard flapping in the arcane winds.
And also, Uppercast is going to be rolling the most dice because he gets the bonus from his spell plus the extra.
Yeah, I'll be rolling 5 by myself, and then you'll help.
Yeah. So I think Uppercast attacking in round 1 is our most favorable.
Okay.
I think so too.
Okay.
I can maneuver in round 2 to set Hilary up in round 3 to finish.
I think that's probably what we should do.
Or worst case scenario, I mitigate a bunch of damage by maneuvering against an attack in turn 2.
Or there's some fainting or whatever. But fainting is mostly just bad against defense.
Yes, as long as we don't defend, they can't faint to death.
Yeah, let's do that. I will choose my card. I will go third.
Wicked.
At some point, I'm going to do something other than attack, and everyone's going to be so confused.
The key to Hilary is to tell us that you're attacking and then do something else too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grab your card and you're like, I'm totally just gonna attack you. Joke's on you. I defended. Okay, so
Yeah, I just kind of want to fuck with everyone equally, so.
All right, so y'all ready to reveal? Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, we're flipping the first action. They're attacking. Excellent. So this is a attack, but it's a versus test instead of a independent test. Because if it was independent, probably you'd all get murdered. It would just be a pile of bodies everywhere.
That's why we made our strategic choice.
Right. So while Harga and Merowyn charge into the room, it's a good segue from your little speech. So you're like, the true power of magic. What do your arcane darts look like when you're mad? Do they look different? Are they like supercharged? Are you all like, do just your hair turn blonde? Are you over 9,000 now?
So I think instead of like looking like actual darts, because they're like little rips in space-time. Instead, this time I actually just go like full on and I like shoot beams at them that are actually just magic.
Right, you're like a Diablo 3 wizard, just like...
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, so you just start throwing magic beams at these kobolds as your now empty spellbook like clatters to the floor, devoid of magic.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally what happens. Like the words lift off the pages. Yeah, I like grab them out and they form into the bolt.
Rad.
Do you say something about the pen being mightier than the sword?
Yeah, probably.
The penis mightier.
You probably
It sounded
have.
like you said penis, Andrew. I'm just gonna call you out on that.
He might say the penis though. Look how he's dressed.
So you've spent you like cast the spell and like all the words lift off the page and maybe like imprint themselves on your arms as you start blasting magic spell energy at everybody. And the kobolds just like start spearing. They start fighting with their spears. So they spear no expense.
I'm helping with fighter.
Okay, how are you helping? The fight is on.
Shooting sling bolts or stones at people.
Okay, all right.
It's very straightforward.
Yeah, Harga, what are you doing?
I
Are you
want
helping as
also
well?
to be helping.
Excellent.
I'm going to use fighter also to be helping.
Okay, you're already covered in kobold blood anyway, so.
Yep.
All right. So
Grim.
I'm rolling. This is Blue Tongue's action, so I'm rolling 3. She leads the charge, so I'm gonna roll 3 dice. Plus, I've got 8 helpers, so I have 11 dice to roll.
Shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yo, Dave, you got like persona or anything?
So I got 7 successes. So
I have to pass all of these.
So each one that you do is going to reduce their successes, and then if you get any more on top of that, it'll damage their...
This is why we put you first, because otherwise this would be a straight versus and we would be in...
Otherwise you'd be dead, even if you... Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just have killed all of you.
Yeah.
4, 5.
Well, depending on if you did him damage too, because then it would have been a concession that I didn't kill all of you.
There can't have been any opportunity for me to earn persona, can there, in between the end of the session in this bit?
To do
No.
what?
To
You don't
earn
have
persona
persona
or
between-
fate or anything.
No.
I'm totally out of them.
Yeah, you're tapped.
All right, well, bring in your traits or whatever.
You
I
use-
can't, I'm angry.
Well, then just
Does anger help you with this?
yes.
It
Yes.
does, it adds me a dice.
Now remember,
So-
you also get the fact that you're mightier than they are.
Yeah.
Right, so we get guaranteed successes.
You get a guaranteed success. Yeah. All right, so you got 4, and then so how does the darts work when you're angry? Is it more?
It's +1. I counted +1 dice,
Okay,
so I
good.
counted.
All right, I just wasn't sure if it was a success. Okay, so you get 5 successes. So instead of dying horribly to kobold spears, you only take 2 damage from those.
It still knocks me out straight away.
So no,
but
it doesn't have to knock you out. You could take
could be
one, and
one,
someone else
too.
can take one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dave and I will each take 1.
Okay.
Or maybe Dave and Harga. Or sorry, Upagast and Harga each take 1.
Let's
No,
double check.
Dave the player has
I
to.
wanna double check on the might
look
rolls
himself
just
in
to
the-
make sure we're getting them clear. 1 second. Because I think Alex just pointed out you might need to win or tie. So you didn't tie. So you might actually be 4 instead of.
With most
Alex,
things where you get extra
well,
successes,
you're on our team. I like
as
you,
long as
come
you
on.
get a success.
That's what I thought it was too. So I'm just gonna double check. I'm not like letting my burning wheel stuff.
Or at least, yeah, that's how I remember it as well, but maybe I'm wrong.
What is it
Maybe the
called?
first time.
What's the actual term? It's like the something of might. Let's take conflicts. Everybody check the rules. Order of might. That's what it's called. +1 success for all successful or tied actions. It's a versus test, so you would have to tie in this case. So it's only 4. So you take 3 damage. So does everybody take 1 or?
Yeah, that probably makes sense because otherwise we lose somebody.
Okay, perfect.
And then one of our scripted actions is Fubard.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you all take a little bit. There's a scuffle, but yeah, the magic beams, and I imagine the beams are like hot pink for some reason. I think probably just 'cause playing Diablo. But so you're shooting like arcane blasts at these kobolds, and you're doing a pretty good job like keeping the kobolds from like murdering anybody. But you all like start to by the end of the round, you've been stabbed or are like. You're feeling the fatigue. Now, the acting character in this doesn't have any armor, so you can't reduce those successes. But let's keep in mind for the next actions that that's a thing. So you're maneuvering, and they are going to defend. So nothing happens for them, I think. Oh no, it's a versus, right? You're defending yourself against their.
I believe it's versus.
Yeah, let's take a look. In the conflict rules, it says, maneuver. Defend. Yeah, you're protecting yourself from getting maneuvered.
Mm-hmm.
So they start to corral you. They try to like get you all pushed back against the wall, and they're just like driving you back with their you're trying to maneuver them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to
You're doing
corral them, and they're all like huddling and defending.
Yeah.
And I feel like this has kind of been happening over the course of the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it really like comes into being, where I've been like strategically like firing slingshots at them.
Well, you're like a sheepdog, right? You'll see one of the kobolds start to like veer off to try to get around you, and you like whip a slingshot at them. You're like, oh hell no, get back in there.
Yeah.
Keeping them in a bristly little pack.
Yeah, keeping them a target-rich environment for the next action. That's really good. Okay, all right. So this action is defend. I'll roll. Actually, you roll first, and then I'll defend and see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use quick-witted.
Okay.
To try to get some extra dice here.
Nice. And do you get extra dice from your sling?
I get +2 dice from my sling.
Nice.
So I'm getting a total of 3 extra dice plus help if you guys help.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yep.
Please help me.
Yeah.
So I get 5 extra dice to my fighter of 2.
Okay. So you're rolling 7
Or
dice.
I can use hunter, whichever is more appropriate.
Yeah, either one, whichever you have more in. If it says something or something, that's a player choice.
Okay, well, I'll use hunter just because.
Okay.
Because I've already gotten a check for fighter.
All right. Sounds good.
That is as much reason as I need. Okay. So I'm rolling 2 plus 5, so a total of 7 against op 1.
Okay. Now you got 2 6s. Do you want to spend fate? Do you have any fate left?
I do not have any fate left.
Okay. So you got 3 successes. So I need to defend. So it's a regular kobold leading this defense, plus another 8 kobolds. So I have 10 dice.
Fail.
And
Somehow.
I need 3 at least to
0,
overcome?
0, 0.
Okay, yeah, no, they split up and start to like scatter, and they're not. You can't keep them contained. They're kind of all over the place. So you don't buy any advantage for the next turn. Let's flip.
That's fine. They don't really get anything either, though, right?
Yeah, they don't get anything for an overcome, like because they haven't lost anything.
Right.
Now, if they were below their original disposition,
They could have recouped.
Yeah, they could have recouped. Let's flip this last one, Harga. Now it's their turn.
I wonder what it will be. I don't actually wonder because I picked it.
Yeah. All right. They're going to so they're going to try and maneuver you. So now they've gone from being like huddled together to kind of like split up around you with spears, and they're trying to like drive you into the middle so they can spear you to death.
So this one's a versus, right?
This is a versus. Yeah, they're doing that, and you are doing that, and whoever comes up with most. So in this case, your dispo is safe, but they're going to set up for their next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we still haven't heard their disposition at all.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 3 + 1 for my sword, so 4,
Yep.
and potentially +1 from my friends from helping.
Yeah, another 2.
Yeah, I'm helping
One from
for
each
sure.
friend.
You know, at this point, it's like I would have been better off saving my second persona point and staying injured and just like using the persona to get lots of dice at one time instead of not having a penalty all the time.
Yeah, depending on how long. Like, it's funny because you would need a number of rounds equal to how many points you have in your nature to make it worth to this point. Right? You haven't gotten your monies back on being like that injured yet.
Exactly.
So
for next time.
it's my fighter +3, which is 6.
Yeah.
And that's just my straight up roll, right?
Fighter +3, which is 6. Yeah, and then if you tie or beat them, you get an extra success. It makes your success better. Okay, so you got 4. I've got 10 to begin with, plus an extra die because it's a spear.
10?
Yeah.
How?
Because there's so many kobolds. You haven't killed
Oh,
any
they're
of
all
them yet.
helping.
They all help. Yeah.
How many did you roll the first time?
12.
13?
I rolled 12. It's 12. It's been
12 or
10, 10,
yeah.
because blue tongue is like a better, tougher kobold.
Yeah. Got it.
All right. So against.
I really want to kill some of you off.
I only got 4, so you successfully block their maneuver with your violence.
And we inflict
Right.
1.
Because since
and you
it's
tied,
a
you
tie,
inflict 1. Wow, nice.
since it's a tie, our might gives us 1, and so
Yeah, so just the merit of you being bigger than them, you
All right.
kill a kobold, one poor kobold.
Probably don't all die.
The tide is turned. Okay, so now I got to script 3 more. And
You
then we're
gotta
good to go.
wait and then do the same. Okay.
Or rather, I'm not rolling. I'm rolling. Yeah, I'm rolling +9 because there's 8 kobolds helping. Now, so there is a rule, and this came up in the first 2 fights with the kobolds, that there's only 1 kobold per dispo. So that's why you're not fighting like 15 or 16 on a roll instead of the 9 that I'm adding. There's blue tongue plus 8 kobolds, now 7. So I'm only adding 7 to each roll.
Which means at best they're getting 10 dice when blue tongue is acting.
When blue tongue acts.
3 dice plus, 11, because 3 + 8.
Yeah,
no 3 + 7.
Now 10, 3 + 7. Yeah.
correct.
I was right. Haha. Counting. Halflings are natural counters.
Halflings love math. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Ooh.
So
So that spell is gone, right?
No, it's the whole conflict. He's just.
Oh
lasers
yeah, I
the
can attack
whole
again
fight.
with that strength.
Cool.
I think Dave up first is always going to be good.
Well, it's depending what they do, right? Like if they're using blue tongue in the first one, like we basically want it whenever they're using blue tongue.
Yeah, and to just try to like mitigate her successes.
But also, yeah, I guess they're not rolling over any successes into this because I nicked them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think this is still our best shot to go attack with me.
yeah, probably.
We just want the most dice up front so that in subsequent rounds they have less kobolds.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
we can get through, right?
Yeah.
So maybe Dave has hot dice and just like kills a bunch of them.
Yeah, the fight is very different with Eldritch Darts because you can attack and also like you can go hard and not worry about the versus test.
So we might as well still start with Dave on an attack with.
So this rule, just for my own curiosity, I think that this rule applies. It's because Eldritch Darts is a missile weapon, right? Like conflict weapons, like a bow. Yeah, so a bow does the same thing. A bow is a versus attack against everything except bows and crossbows.
Yeah, because you have an advantage because you have the range.
That's how ranged works in this game.
Right.
So I'm gonna go last.
Mm-hmm.
Hilary, do you want to go 2nd and just try to like beat them up?
Yeah, I just always want to beat them up. I know I can do other things, but
That's
right now. That's what we need to focus on, and then we can try to outwit them later.
yeah.
But unless we're expecting them to defend again, and then we should try to like feint against that. But if we screw that up, we just outright lose the conflict. So I don't think it's worth it.
had I chosen or had I successfully maneuvered on the last one, you could be pretty sure this would be an attack. But since I didn't, it's questionable.
Yeah, it's like.
But then I also know that you always want to put Laser Dave up front, so.
So it's kind of like irrelevant whether you attack or defend.
Right.
As well.
Yeah.
But you might have expected us to put a maneuver in the middle, so we'll see.
It's true.
We've all drawn our cards now.
Okay. All right. So the first action is Dave's action?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Blue Tongue is the first action on this card. And it looks to me like it's the same jam as before. All right. So, so she leads the charge. You were successful at not getting corralled. So the battlefield is still moving like quite a lot. I think Blue Tongue jumps up on the table and she points at you, and you can still understand her, Dave. And she's like, "This is horrible behavior for a slave. Stop it! Stop it right now!" And then you get kobolded.
You were the worst slave ever.
Don't you know how to be a slave? Stop it! Stop misbehaving. So she gets 10 dice because it's her and her 7 friends. And this is a versus test, yeah?
Yep.
So I got 6 successes.
Boo.
Hey, it's no problem. Dave's gonna crush that. Absolutely crush that.
Here we go. You guys are both helping, yep?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Nope, that's awful.
Oh no! Oh no! Is that one?
Well, at least it wasn't 0.
Okay.
Well, we're dead.
So I get 5 successes over yours, right? So you go down to -1.
Yeah, we've been killed.
You've killed 1 kobold. So
Oh my
you're
God.
more or less at my mercy at this point. So why don't we take a short break? And when we get back, we'll talk about what happens when you engage in kill conflicts. Stick around. We'll be right back.